Now, one of the pieces that I see a lot of people conduct well, and I think one of the pieces that's actually one of the hardest to do is the opening of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. I know
Right.
it was one of the pieces I used to work on, and I remember getting up there for the first time doing it and crashed majorly.
It's hard.
Over and over and over again. And I think that has to do with what Beethoven wrote, but I also think it has to do with just the way that you have to physically move to get the orchestra to come to you. And we'll talk a little bit about that today. But what is it about Beethoven Fifth, probably the most popular piece of classical music? Why is it so damn difficult?
Partly because it's not written the way it sounds, so to speak. Most people think when they hear Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, they hear a rhythmic formula that sounds like a triplet. So ba 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 bum, and that's actually not what's written. There's a rest that occurs right on the downbeat, and this is where score study comes into play. When you actually take a look at the music, you see that there is a rest. So the conductor actually begins the piece, and the conductor begins the piece in silence on an eighth note, and the rest of the orchestra, the strings and the clarinet, by the way, also plays that opening statement, has to come off of that silent downbeat. And so, in order to be able to give the orchestra the tempo and the impression in order to play exactly together, the conductor has to be really on their game in order to do it. It's really interesting. That opening is so notorious. It's probably on almost every single conductor audition that there is, because the orchestras do realize and understand how challenging it is. And one of my teachers, Gustav Meyer, if we had like 5 minutes left in the lesson, he would say, "Okay, give me the opening of Beethoven 5," and we would work on it constantly.